I can't believe this is actually happening. The Fun Pimps have teased an update that is actually so good. We are so back. I repeat, we are so back. Let's show the tweet. We just received a Twitter post from the Fun Pimp saying, here is a sneak peek of the version 3.0 Sandbox Siege update. The feature-rich update contains well over 100 new gameplay simulation options, several highly requested features, and other surprises the Fun Pimps will be revealing soon. Stay tuned, and this, honestly, looks really sick. We can see 4 tabs, General, Basic, Advanced, Multiplayer, with presets that define a variety of pre-selected game settings so that you can more easily choose a method of playing, but there is also a button down here for sandbox options, which I assume will allow you to customize every single one of these plus more as you go. And they have a preset here called Romero mode, which I assume has to do with headshot damage, but let's take a read. So we have range damage reduced, jump height reduced, stamina usage up, incoming damage up, lose items death count 10, so you'll only lose 10 of your options, entity block damage, which is zombie block damage, 150%, movement things, zombie rage chance, no compass, the toggle for workstations being re-enabled in the wild is back. I really didn't expect that. Ammo abundance, vending machines, run speed, stamina regen. The newbie coat is the buff you get at the start of the game where you're like immune to temperature effects. You can now turn that off. Lose items death type, that's probably for hotbar and your backpack. Entity damage, that's the damage that zombies and animals do to you. Zombie speed, zombie digging enabled. You can disable the map, you can disable the ability to see the time, and you can even adjust the heat map sensitivity and turn off quests. Well, holy shit, they went and fucking did it. They made 7 Days to Die good. Never thought I'd see the day. This is honestly really sick though. They said well over 100 new gameplay simulation options. I'm hoping that's not some rules lawyering, like there's 10 presets of 10 options. I hope there's just more stuff that you can go into here, and we're only seeing the things that have been edited from default, and that there's just so many more options. This is so cool. I have not been this excited for a 7 Days to Die update since like Alpha 20. Just even seeing the Romero preset is just really cool. If you don't know what the Romero mode is referring to, by the way, there is a very old zombie movie that's kind of like highly inspirational for the entire genre called Night of the Living Dead by George A. Romero. And there is also a popular 7 Days to Die mod called the Romero mod that adds a bunch of features as well. So this option here is essentially there to allow you to play by sort of the rule sets you would expect if you were in that movie, right? One thing I'm not seeing here though is headshots only. That would be really cool if they had that, but maybe they're keeping that hidden for a reason. All I can say about this is I just want to see more. No mention of bandits in this post at all. Just new gameplay simulation options, several highly requested features, and other surprises. One has to assume bandits wouldn't be a surprise in the update that's supposed to be about bandits, but we'll see what happens. So soon off the 2.6 update as well. It was really funny, there were people who were really complaining about a lack of communication recently. One day after an experimental update, here we go, we get to see this. Someone also asked in the Twitter comments, I hope it contains mod support for consoles, and the 7 Days to Die account replied, with all these options, it's a step closer to mod support. That's not confirming or denying. So I imagine what we're going to have here is like a bunch of presets that are going to be for very different styles of zombie games. So there's probably going to be a classic or vanilla preset, sort of like what the Fun Pimps want you to play with. Then I have to guess there'll be something like the Romero preset here, but there'll also be like a really hardcore survival preset and a really like casual builder RPG style preset. And I imagine it'd be considerably easy to make your own modded preset and hand that out to people if you wanted to just quickly hand over a way to, like, you know, have 100 menu toggles all put onto your game at once. It would also be really useful if the Fun Pimps are watching this, if it's possible. Custom player-made presets would be really useful for, like, if I want to use a bunch of different types of challenge runs, saving them as a preset when there is so many menu toggles is actually a really good idea, because going through 100 menu toggles is going to be very time consuming, so allowing me to save my own presets would be kind of a no-brainer there. But yeah, I'm really happy to see this drop, and there's more stuff coming soon apparently, and I'll be keeping an eye on that. And a lot of really cool stuff that people have been asking for is here. We can see zombie rage chance is customizable. We can see that workstations being added back to the wild is customizable. Vending machines customizable. Quests disabled, and even things I wouldn't have thought of, like the ability to turn off the map or turn off the clock or the compass, which I think is really cool for a very like immersive survival experience. But what do you think? What toggles do you want to see? Is this actually something that might bring you back to 7 Days to Die? Because I saw this, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so peak. It's going to be so peak. Think of all the permutations of playthroughs you can make with this. I mean, hardcore just got that much more hardcore. I'm going to be able to turn off the noob coat. I'm going to be able to turn off my own run speed. That didn't even register to me. You can customize your own run speed. That's really cool. You are going to be able to make this game as much of a slog survival experience as you want, and you'll be able to make it as like fast-paced RPG looter as you want. And honestly, I'm quite surprised by how quickly they went from like the 2.5 update to having this, you know, seemingly in a playable state. I don't know how long it's going to take for 3.0 to come out. They've said that they want updates to come out faster, and they are coming out faster, and they've been communicating more. It's clear that the community's criticism following 2.0, you know, the community has been really loudly asking for a lot of these features, and really loudly asking for more transparency, more updates, like more updates about the updates, and more customizability of the game. And the Fun Pimps have listened. You have to give them credit for that. So many of the things people have been asking for are right here on your screen, coming to 7 Days to Die. You cannot argue with that. But the one thing that I think anybody's going to really have a problem with this is Sandbox Siege doesn't contain the word bandito. No bandito, you're gonna still upset a lot of people. Lots of people want bandits, and you can't keep delaying them. And obviously there's the other problem, which is the progression system, which they have already said they are going to fix. And if you want to hear about how they plan to change the progression system, I actually have a video on that when that news first came out, and I'll put it on screen right here. By the way, if you want to stay up to date on your 7 Days to Die news, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and you guys have been killing it on the goal so far. We're just about at the end of February, and we're about 4,000 subscribers in. That is perfect pace for 100k by the end of the year. But I'll let you go watch that other video on progression if you want it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.